Hi, and welcome to the Carolina Sports District, the #1 youth sports show in the Carolinas, also known as TCSD. Let's go. Hey, we are here at the Carolina Panthers Play 60 Kids Zone at the beautiful Freedom Park. If you've never had a chance to come out here and check it out, you should come on out. It's a great spot, lots of fun activities for the kids and for the adults as well. Now remember, it is October, so it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Continue to rock your pink as we will here on the show, and we would love to see the pink at the games. Now last weekend was a rainy weekend, but we were still able to come out and check out some of the games. This weekend's supposed to be some nice weather, so we'll definitely be out circulating through the fields on this Saturday. Right now, we'll get into some of those rainy day highlights.
All right, to get the day started off, we have the 15U Panthers taking on the Bengals from the NCYFL. Just to show you how the rain was affecting the day, Bengals go to the air. He drops the ball, but watch his slide. Man, that field is soaked. Panthers would get the ball, and due to the rain and the wind, Panthers decide they're going to just stick to the ground, and it works, as they scored the game's first touchdown from about 22 yards out. Later in the game, the rain picks up and the wind picks up even harder, and the Panthers go right back to the run game. The Bengals try to get some offense going, but the weather and the elements were just too much, along with that Panther defense. Panthers end up winning this one 13-0. Let's take a look at the current pound-for-pound #1 team, the 12U Ballantyne Gators, as they take on a very talented Charlotte Cardinal team. Gators come out in the opening series with a nice tone-setter run, showing that the offense can also deliver blows. That play will soon be followed by a Gator touchdown. Gator defense want to show that they can match their offense tenacity, forcing a fumble right here at the snap. Gators would then take advantage of that turnover, scoring from 44 yards out on a nice run right here. Down the sideline, going, touchdown. Back to the Gators defense, showing why they're #1 in the pound-for-pound rankings right now, forcing another fumble. And that fumble will be followed by another Gator touchdown, this time from 50 yards out. Nobody's catching him. He's got speed, and he's got 6. And to pour a little more salt on the wound, Gator defense showing that they can force another fumble, this time in a sack form. Gators win this one 32-0. Moving to Sunday, and yes, you heard correct, Sunday. Where the Big South said, hey, we're just going to wait till this rain dries up and play on a clear day. We have the pound-for-pound ranked Tiny Mike Carolina Bears taking on the Conover Wolverines. Bears showing that they are supporting Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Bears up early 7-0. Wolverines looking to respond, scoring a touchdown themselves, but fumble the ball, and the Bears recover. Bears offense dangerous. Wastes no time with catching a high snap. Gets the ball handed off somehow, and he turns around that corner, and he is gone for a 30-yard touchdown. Look at that speed. All right, there's no way we could show this game without showing this play from the game. This is a nominated play of the week. The quarterback reverses sides of the field, shakes and bakes about 5 to 6 different tackles, somehow gets loose, still breaks the tackle, still is on his feet, cuts inside. Can he outrun this guy? And he is. And he's going to cut one more time and go into the end zone. However, late in the game, Wolverines do get on the scoreboard, but the Bears run away with this one, winning 24-6. Making it look easy against a very talented Tiny Mike Wolverine team. We actually got a chance to speak to the Bears coaches to see just how they're getting these Tiny Mike guys so motivated and pumped and playing at an advanced level. This is what they had to say.
foundation of our Tiny Mice team is all about a brotherhood, right? And so we prepare them so they understand that they're hard to steal. You understand that the only reason that we work this hard is for our brother that's standing next to us.
Just to piggyback on that, we pretty much empower these boys. We give them everything they need to succeed. We don't limit them whatsoever. We tell them the sky's the limit, and they take it to heart, and they take it to the touchdown every time.
Right, so they understand themselves to be student athletes. So every day before practice, everybody hits a knee. Before we do any hitting, any of that, how was school today, right? Your parents, I got a good relationship with parents, so they call me and let me know, hey, thank you so much. My child is doing great. They're getting letters from the school and this, that, and the other. And so we emphasize perfection, right? And perfection has more to do with your effort than it does with the outcome, right? Because you may do something perfect and then you may not win the game. But as long as you gave 100% effort, then that's all we're asking for, because you represent the brotherhood. And that's pretty much Tiny Mike Bear Nation football.
Now, we did not get to make it out to as many games as we hoped last weekend with the rain, but we did hear about the Mighty Might Bills Blue versus the ranked G-Top Sabres, where the Bills won a very close game. We also heard about the Kings Mountain Trailblazers JV, who beat the JV Power Cross 12-6 in Southland. The tip of the week this week is to remember to stay active, even when you are not on the field at practice or in the off season. If you're running out of things to do, you could come here to the Play 60 Kids Zone or hang out with friends outdoors, ride your bike, go for a run, go for a walk. Plenty of things to do, especially in this wonderful weather that we have right now. So stay active, keep your heart rate pumping, and stay in good shape. Now, last week, we debuted our pound-for-pound top 20 rankings for this season. And boy, did y'all start talking. We wanted to answer some of the questions that you might have had and some of the confusion that arose over last week's rankings. First of all, the rankings were released last Friday, and they did not take into account the scores of the games on Saturdays. Those games will go into this week's pound-for-pound top 20 rankings. Now, we got a chance to talk with our very own Josh Diggs, who was able to answer some of the questions that you had.
Hey, Brianna, how y'all doing, TCSD family, man? This beautiful day, glad to be here. Hope everybody's doing pretty good.
Hey, Josh, first of all, there are some teams that feel like they could be in the top 20 rankings right now. Are there teams that barely missed that cutoff?
Well, the ranking is not actually subjective, which means what I mean by that is we don't actually go and, look at the teams and then pick them where they go where and so forth. Kind of the formula that we use is similar to the old BCS formula that was used in college football. We obviously can't get that formula out, but that's what we use because there's a lot of different leagues around, and so it's very fluid. A loss here, point differential, a lot of stuff is kind of factored into how we do the leagues. And how we do the rankings. It's a top 20 ranking. There's a lot of undefeated teams that's right there on the bubble that's like, tied for that 21st spot. You can have, up to between 6 and up to 10, 11 teams that's undefeated and it's still not in the top 20. I know a lot of teams out there are wondering, hey, that's what we are. How come we're not in the top 20? So, it's a lot of teams, a lot of leagues. There's a formula to this, but the key thing is you want to be near that top 20, in that top 20 towards the end of the season. So a lot of these things just have to let shake out. You have to play the games, let the weeks go, and then at the end of the season, everything plays itself out. You'll have some teams that's kind of on that one-loss line. You'll have, most likely a little bit less undefeated teams because, everybody can't win, obviously. So, but the big thing is you want to be on that list towards the end of the season, and everything will balance out, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about near the end of the year.
All right, Josh, thanks for that info. Now, we know we're always going to have the pound-for-pound top 20 rankings. But Josh, is there a chance that we'll ever break the rankings down into age groups?
Oh, yeah, you're definitely right, Brianna. We've been getting a lot of questions about that, and we are going to do a breakdown by age groups at some point. It won't be every week. It will most likely be towards the end of the season, particularly probably once the final rankings will be released. And speaking about the final rankings, most of those probably won't be released until once everybody has played their city championships at least, because we do know that some leagues do go out and play other places in terms of national playoffs. Not everybody does that. So once everybody has played their city championships, then those final pound-for-pound 20 rankings can be released. And during that time, that's when you can see a ranking breakdown by the age groups. And also, we understand that we're not able to get all the big games and stuff like that, but we are keeping track up with the games in terms of we know that we're not able to have highlights for everything, but we are keeping track of the games. We got people out there getting stats and information and whatnot, letting us know what's going on in different leagues and different games. One way that people can help us out is definitely make sure the websites are updated. Send us the information, let us know so we can get that information out to everybody. Because like I said, I think it was a game, two ranked teams played each other out in the rain, and so we had to, we're able to get that information sent in to us so that we can be able to process it and get it out to everybody. So that's one way to help us out, is definitely send the information, get the websites updated. If there's any other big games going on, let us know about it, and we'll be able to get that information out to everybody. But just let you know, we are keeping up with all the games. Like I said, you may not see the highlights for everything, but we're getting the stats, we're getting the updated scores. And so, like I said, because that also plays a part into the rankings, week by week, and also the final pound-for-pound rankings at the end of the season.
Thanks, Josh. Man, it was so great to have you on the show today. You had some wonderful, helpful hints for all of us here. Do you have any final words to give to our audience?
Well, I'm just excited about the football season. This is my favorite time of year. I think it's a lot of people's favorite time of year, and so just excited about seeing these kids get out here and play these games and having a good time. And like you say, it's always competitive in all the games and all the leagues. You have so many undefeated teams, so many one-loss teams. You never know how the rankings are going to shake out at the end of the season. As much as we work with the analytics and work with trying to see who's going to be here, you never really know because there's so many good teams out there, and you really have to wait till the end of the season to kind of see who's who, where's where. And but it's a great time of year. It's good to see everybody out here, families coming out. Sports it's a beautiful thing because everybody gets to come together. So I'm just loving the camaraderie of it all, and looking forward to see how these games shake out.
As Josh said, the rankings will change so much from week to week, but here we are with Week 2's Pound for Pound Top 20 rankings. Congratulations to the new teams that made the rankings this week, but as you can see, nobody's safe. You better bring it every weekend on the field. We've got some beautiful weather now. Thank goodness that rain is out of the way, the sun is out, and we'll be able to make more games this weekend. As we said on last week's show, tournament season is coming up. Now we know that we will be at the Carolina Gridiron Classic, but we also know about the Queen City tournament that's coming up. FBU had tryouts last weekend. We know about the grudge match. There's lots of things going on. If there are things that we don't know about, feel free to check us out and hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter and let us know what else is going on in the area. I can't come out to Freedom Park and the Play 60 Kids Zone without participating in the activities myself. Come on, here we go. Where's my Skittles, man? I'm about to go beast mode. Take a picture. Come on.